guys, I'm working on the next video segment for What's the Deal with Speal, but I need an introduction.
So you need an opening, eh, Shane? It's me, Michael Capato in Detroit, and as always, I want to know what's the deal with Speal.
Welcome to What's the Deal with Speal. My name is Shane Speal, and this is Otley. Say hi, Otley. Anytime I sit there trying to do a video, he starts jumping in and trying to chew on cables and what? Yeah, and chew on me. So I got 3 instruments to show you today. One that I made from a whole bunch of junk parts. I call it the White Frankenstein. The second one is a Cigar Box Sitar. I took one of my Cigar Box guitars and I put a sitar bridge on it. Wait until you hear it. What's the cat doing now? He's chewing on something. Okay, and the third one, whoa, I have a historic instrument from the Hee-Haw television show. It's gonna get cool, and just remember, Father's Day's coming up. Stubby slide. I've got these really cool snake oil medicine bottle slides. I've got the Shane Speal signature Rocky Mountain slides. These are fantastic. And for the most unique guitar slide out there, I've got, is that right? Yeah, there we go. The Edge guitar slide by John Pierce. This is the one that plays like a pocket knife, like Blind Willie Johnson's pocket knife. The Edge. Check them all out at stubbyslide.com. All right, let's get into this. This is my latest build. Sunday night, I needed something to do to clear my head. And I went in my wood shop and I just grabbed a whole bunch of miscellaneous parts. I had this body. This is a cheap junk 1980s plywood guitar body. And the neck, I think I got it from Guitar Fetish when they had one of those blowout sales. And the neck apparently was for like an Absolute Vodka guitar that never made it out of the factory, and they were selling like factory seconds. So I just put the neck on there. I used CBGs hardtail bridge, 6-string bridge. I used some of the Giddy knobs. Actually, I used his circuitry, one of his pre-wired harnesses for a humbucker, and I put that harness in there, and then I had this extra humbucker. I don't know where I got it. It's like a Filtertron copy. There's some Giddy tuners on top there, but I just threw the whole thing together. It looks like crap. You can see holes where the old bridge went. It's just a big piece of junk. But do you know how nice it was just to sit in my shop and build something, and in a couple hours have a guitar that works? I don't care how crappy it is. Now I'm going to figure out what to do with this next. What should I do with this? Should I paint it up? Should I like totally, I don't know, steampunk it, customize it, leave it as the bastard that it is? Let's hear your comments below. What should I do with this sucker next? You can tell this was definitely like a student guitar from the 80s for kids that wanted to shred like Eddie Van Halen. The worthless guitar. What am I going to do with it? Your comments are welcome. Tell me what to do with this piece of trash. Okay, you're wondering, what is this sound? Here's another experiment I'm working on. I bought a sitar bridge. Right there, look at that, a sitar bridge, and I put it in this guitar. This was made for me by Casey Barron, the mighty Casey Barron. I just needed a guitar just as a test instrument for this. Sitars have 2 bridges, and they both buzz. One bridge is very high, and that's where the main playing strings go. And then the other bridge is very low, and that's where all the sympathetic strings go. Well, I figured if I get one of those very low bridges, and it's flat, and the flat is what gives you that buzz. And if you move it even more, you can get various stages of buzzing, which means I need to take this bridge on and off, and sand it down so that it has the perfect angle for string break, and that'll give me the most authentic sitar sound I can get. I'm not going to keep it in this guitar. This guitar was a gift from Casey, and I want to get it back to its original state. So I just placed an order with CBGs for a neck, for a fretboard, and for some extra jumbo or super jumbo fret wire, which is their highest fret wire. That means it's going to be sticking way up high, and as I push my finger on the frets, it's going to be easier to bend strings. I'll get you guys the information when I'm about to start it, and we're going to make a Cigar Box Sitar. Stay tuned. From 1976, the Hee-Haw Plank. There are several different manufacturers listed on here, from Custom Productions Incorporated of Savannah, Tennessee, and of Young Street Productions. Both of them say 1976. I have the full original box, which is awesome. And let's take a look. This is the Hee-Haw Plank. It is a 3-string Dulcimer instrument made from a solid piece of wood. There's a plastic fretboard, violin peg tuners. Look at it. They branded Hee-Haw in there from the TV show. It is supposed to be a dulcimer or rectangle dulcimer similar to a Tennessee music box. That's what they call rectangle dulcimers like this. The traditional name is Tennessee music box.
This instrument was actually invented by a musician. It was made by Tut Taylor, who was a bluegrass musician, played with the Folk Swingers in the 1960s, John Hartford's Aeroplane album, and appeared on Hee Haw.
I'm a chicken, and I'm a granny. Oh, is this funny? This is funny. How can you keep a rooster from crowing on Sunday morning? Prime Saturday night.
My Tennessee music box dulcimer has a 27-inch scale. This one comes in at a whopping 17.5-inch scale. A lot smaller. The whole instrument itself is roughly 2 feet long. It is 4 inches wide and only 3/4 of an inch thick. Here's the wild thing. It is not just one big plank of wood. They routed out the back right under where the bridge would go. Now, this whole thing is 3/4 of an inch thick. They routed down a 1/2 inch and left 1/4 of an inch or even less as the soundboard. So it adds just enough extra vibration in there so it's louder than just a plank of wood. See this? You can see where the router went the whole way around here, and that gives you a thin soundboard for the top. Now here is my question to you builders. If you're building something out of a solid piece of wood, what type of instrument could you use this routed back, thin soundboard, what could you use? What could you make with that? What about our 2x4 lap steel guitars? The one I showed in my book, Making Poor Man's Guitars. Where is it? Right here. Making Poor Man's Guitars. In there is a 2x4 lap steel. Could we make an acoustic lap steel where we routed out the back enough that where the bridge goes, and it would have to be a floating bridge, that it could excite it enough to add extra volume? But this is just a crazy little instrument and just another cool piece of music history, basically. And take a look at it here in case you want to make your own solid body dulcimer. The headstock is just cut out. It is just little rectangles cut out here. The headstock itself, I'll give you the measurements. The headstock itself, they cut out 4 inches and an inch and, what is that? A little more than an inch and a quarter. So they took 4 inches down, inch and a quarter this way, 4 inches down, inch and a quarter this way. And that's your headstock right there. One piece. The fretboard was glued on top. You could go to CBGs.com and get one of their finished fretboards, or you could make your own and put that on there. Now this fretboard's plastic. They actually injected molded plastic and made their own fretboards, which is really cool. There are numbers on this fretboard, and the numbers correspond to the songs they have on the back of the box. So you have everything from Mary Had a Little Lamb to Alouetta to Jesus Loves Me. How times have changed. You wouldn't see that on an instrument today. But I wish I would. But it's just a very weird, strange little instrument from 1976. One that I first saw, somebody else had one on cigarboxnation.com. Whoever that was, thank you for the tip. And I waited over a year and a half to finally score one of these myself. Now, in the comments below, what kind of instruments could you build using the ideas from this? Whether it be the routed out soundboard, the dulcimer, the solid body dulcimer with the headstock. What could you build? What ideas are you getting as you see this? Let's hear them below, because that's where the magic happens. So that's it for What's the Deal with Speal. So me and Otley are going to go. I want to remind you, if you want to introduce the next segment of What's the Deal with Speal, get your cell phone camera out, look into the camera and say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, and this is What's the Deal with Speal." Send it to me at shanespiel@yahoo.com, and you could be the next person to introduce this video segment. What do you think, huh? All right, you guys take care. Make sure Father's Day is coming up. CB Giddy's got a great sale going on with his illustrated guitars, and I've got a lot of cool stuff myself over at stubbyslide.com. My name's Shane Spiel. Thanks. See ya. Have a great weekend. Ow!